Do you have a case that you would like to make for your anti-vegan argument? What do you think about the gas chambers?
It's pretty interesting.
Okay. Why are you anti-vegan? Is there a reason that you're against compassion?
Not any specific reason.
It's probably because you just think it's funny or you think it's cool, right?
Hey guys,
Well, realistically though, it's really horrible what happens to the animals. I don't think you would be able to go into a slaughterhouse. Do you think there's a humane way to kill animals, or are you just like in support? Do you like violence? Is that why you're wearing that hoodie? Like, are you pro-cruelty? Because that's what wearing that hoodie means. Because vegan just means that you're against animal cruelty. So if you're anti-vegan, that means you're pro-animal cruelty. Do you realize that? You might not have realized that when you bought the hoodie.
Pro-vegan.
Huh?
Pretty sure being a vegan just means that you don't eat anything animal related.
We don't eat animal products, yeah, but we also don't pay for animal testing. We don't wear leather and fur. And a lot of vegans also take a lot of steps to be kinder to the environment and to buy secondhand clothing, and there's a lot of different ways that you can live ethically. And if you want to find the people doing the most of that, it'll be vegans.
They'll tell you.
I mean, how do you feel about like wearing a hoodie that says "I'd like animals to be tortured"? You know, I'm pro-animal violence. Like, how does that?
Well, I guess it defines how I feel.
Well, you're wearing a hoodie that says anti-vegan, which means is that from that Australian YouTuber Isaac Butterfield? Yeah. So you think it's a joke, basically. Do you think it's a joke for the animals when they're being gassed to death?
Well, it's not like they can laugh because they're dead.
No, I mean, like, do you think, like, if they had a choice, they would rather not go through that? Because we could just have plant-based vegan. It's really, like, not funny when you look at it from the victim's perspective.
Nothing is when you look at it from the victim's perspective.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
What?
What did you say?
Nothing is when you look at it from the victim's
Yeah,
perspective.
exactly. So basically what you're doing by wearing merch like this and watching Isaac Butterfield is you're just being a bully. And the reason he does that in his comedy is because he's not a very good comedian. You shouldn't have to promote violence in order to make a joke. Because I guarantee you, if you actually went inside a slaughterhouse, you would not like what you were seeing or what you were smelling, you know?
I don't know if that's true.
Well, you don't know until you try, right? Would you be like open to trying? We actually visit slaughterhouses all the time. We give water to the animals that are on trucks. Most people are not willing to face the animals and look them in the eye. I mean, if there's a way that you can eat that doesn't involve paying for death and torture, why wouldn't you choose that way, you know?
Because it doesn't taste as good.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I have.
So have you tried plant-based bacon before?
Once, and it was horrible.
Oh, you only tried it once? So have you ever had a bad piece of non-vegan pizza? Did you stop eating pizza for life after that? Probably not. So maybe you can try more than one thing, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Because the first vegan milk I tried, I didn't like it, but I tried another one because what happens to the dairy cows is unbelievable animal cruelty. Do you think that taste is more important than life?
Depends on how important the life is.
Okay, so what do you mean by that?
Pigs don't really contribute much to society other than being food.
You think they have to contribute to society in order to have the right to not be tortured?
Well, they don't even have a chance.
Yeah, you should probably get that camera out of my son's face.
We're in public.
Yeah.
Anyone who's in public
Okay,
waives
well,
their right.
okay, well, I'm in public too.
I'm having a civil conversation with him.
Okay, well, that's my son, so I can be in between that camera and my son, right?
I'm just letting you know that we're in public, and you can get a police officer if you want to.
No, I don't know. No, I don't want to do that. No, you've got every right to be here. And
He's talking to me. I'm not like.
no, that's great. That's great. I want to kind of know what he's talking to people about and what people are talking to him about.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the gas chambers that the pigs are lowered into?
The gas chambers.
Yeah, they're CO2. It's not showing it right now, but earlier we were showing, and I can put it on for you, the CO2 gas chambers that the pigs are lowered into. They scream for their lives, and it burns them from the inside out.
So, at what point? Okay, so hi. How you doing? I'm wondering at what point in human evolution did veganism become the thing to do? Because, you know, we have canines, we are animals.
Let me see. Are they big and sharp? Show me your canines.
Huh?
Show me your big sharp canines. Show me. Did you know that there is a deer who has canines? There's herbivorous animals that have canines.
Uh-huh.
So that doesn't mean
So,
that
no, so you... But it seems that veganism is making a moral claim as opposed to a physiological claim. That we are animals.
It's actually both. So if you look into the peer-reviewed scientific evidence, which you can find on nutritionfacts.org, it's a nonprofit website, you will find that animal products, they cause all of our top causes of death, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer. We're better off on a whole foods, plant-based diet, which means plant-based foods that are not processed.
Well, no, if that was true, there would be markedly lower levels of cancer in countries like India, where they have less
India is
red
not
meat.
vegan. About half of them, less than half of them are vegetarian, and if you're vegetarian, you're still consuming that cholesterol and that dairy and that ghee that they consume. So, yeah. Nutritionfacts.org has peer-reviewed scientific evidence.
Excuse me?
Nutritionfacts.org has peer-reviewed scientific evidence
Okay.
that proves that a plant-based diet is better for us, but we're here talking about the cruelty. We don't need to pay for this cruelty. There are plant-based versions of all meats, all dairy products, and egg products. It's unnecessary violence. We don't need it to survive. The American Dietetic Association has a statement saying. Sorry.
Well, I respect your right to
Do you respect
what
an
you wanna
animal's right to live?
No.
So you think that your taste pleasure is more important than an animal's right to live?
Sorry?
You think that your taste pleasure for 5 minutes in your mouth is more important than an animal's right to live?
Yes.
Any other arguments? You good? Yeah. That's what I thought.
By law, pigs must be
Work, Alicia! Yeah, Alicia!
That's the response we want.
Watched it, but I'm 63 years old and I've watched that shit all the time.
You know what they do to all the male chicks in the egg industry?
I mean, I just watched the thing with the beagles and the flies, right?
You know what they do to all the male chicks in the egg industry? They don't want you to know. But so on their first day of life, they get rid of all the boys that are born to the male. On their first day of life, baby chicks, you know how they kill them on their first day of life?
Bacon's good. That's the same as the serial killer mentality. Where are you for it?
Okay, so what is that humane way to kill an animal? And would you do it on your dog?
If my animal for some reason was sick or anything, I would.
Are the pigs sick though?
Not necessarily, but if
Would you
there's
send your dog to a slaughterhouse to be euthanized?
because my dog was not bred to be that. My dog was not bred.
So
They
if
eat
I
dogs in China. Other Asian.
so if I was breeding a dog right now and I was gonna put him in the CO2 gas chamber,
If it was bred,
That doesn't change.
I know. Yeah.
so if I was
So that's what it comes down to. Is, yeah, people do that, but ethically, the individuals is still taking and suffering. And so us as ethical beings, supposed to be ethical. Once we know better, it's our ethical duty to do better and to speak up for victims that are being oppressed, having violence upon them. Like, people have no idea what these animals. They've never been in a slaughterhouse where they know from the day they're born to the day they die. They're only 6 months, pigs are, when they're murdered. So us, that's what it comes down to. And we know better, we need to speak up for the victims that are oppressed.
I do believe, and the thing is, I don't think there's any way of slaughterhouses and things like that. I do fully believe that the animals that are in there should be treated better, no matter what.
There's no way. Billions of animals are living. There's no better way to kill someone, that doesn't want to die, It's the same, people could treat me great my whole life, but then slit my throat. It still doesn't make it. I didn't want to die,
Yeah.
So.
See, I was more just wondering, your point of view of specifically just medical animal testing. I've never been able to have that
go over here.
with somebody on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's why I came over. I wanted to see what you want to do.
For animal testing, yeah, we're against animal testing as well. I mean, we live in a world where it's hard to get away from animal abuse. It's everywhere, so everything we do, for example, some people if they have cancer, they have to take medication.
Yeah.
The medication is tested on animals.
Yeah.
Because that's just the world we live in. And there's no, yes, would that person want to choose not to have it tested on animals? Yes. Sometimes you make those decisions, but you still speak up for the victim and say, hey, there's a better way. We need to change the whole system. Try to get, because we don't need to test on animals, so we just need to keep fighting to try to get that to change so that people who have cancer or something don't have to worry about that and be like, oh, is this tested on animals? I feel guilt. I don't want to take medication or something, so we're definitely against that as well.
Yeah. You don't need to pay for bacon though. That's what we're really here talking about. We're not talking about medicine. We're not talking about things that you literally need to do. We're talking about things you don't need to do, which is you don't need to pay for pigs to go in gas chambers.
I just
It comes down to that. It's an ethical choice.
Yeah.
Once we know that we're awake, we know what's happening to animals. It comes down to that choice of what kind of being do you I ask myself, do I when I'm living on my here in life, do I want to contribute to hurting innocent beings, or do I want to contribute to helping them and try to stop suffering and pain?
It doesn't matter why we deem breed them for whatever purpose. The suffering still the same.
Yeah, because people are breeding humans and purpose.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I just wanted to see. Yeah. I should just Katrina. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're fine.
You can watch Earthling Ed on YouTube for all the information you would ever need.
Yeah.
Earthling Ed on YouTube.
I just never have had a conversation just to like see the point of view of the other perspective and just like in general just like see it. So yeah.
Your conversations are important.
He's so cute.
He's lucky he was born a dog and not a pig.
There's no argument against veganism. If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. Pigs are lowered into carbon dioxide gas chambers. They burn from the inside out. There's no reason to pay for this when there's plant-based alternatives. If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. Watch the documentary Dominion, free on YouTube. All animals want to live, not just dogs. The only way to be against animal cruelty is to go vegan. If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser and you pay for unimaginable violence and suffering.
I don't like animals, so it's okay.
You don't have to like animals in order to not torture them. I don't like you, but I'm not going to torture you.
I don't like
For animal abuse. For animal abuse. For animal abuse.
I guess this is what you call awkward.
That looks pretty good.
This is really awkward, ain't it? We're at a Baconfest.
Just like saying this.
If you are not vegan, you're an animal abuser. Watch the documentary Dominion. You deserve to know the truth. If you are not vegan, you're an animal abuser. Watch the documentary Dominion at watchdominion.com. If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. It was good. If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. Watch the documentary Dominion at watchdominion.com. Now, if you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. Watch the documentary Dominion free on YouTube. If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser.
The most common method of stunning and killing pigs in Australia, used at all major pig abattoirs and touted as the most humane and efficient option, is the carbon dioxide gas chamber. A system of rotating cages lowers the fully conscious pigs 2 or 3 at a time into the heavily concentrated gas, which begins to burn their eyes, nostrils, sinuses, throat, and lungs, while suffocating them. Lower concentrations of carbon dioxide would cause less pain and stress, but would take much longer to render the pigs unconscious, making it economically unviable.
How can we pay for this animal holocaust when we can easily eat plant-based bacon made from things like mushrooms, tempeh, rice paper that taste the same? We only like bacon because of the oil, salt, maple, and smoke flavors, which can all be achieved with plant-based foods. There's no argument against veganism. Listen to the TEDx talk, Every Argument Against Veganism, for proof. It's entirely clear that the father and son were trying to overcompensate for an extreme insecurity with their masculinity. But make no mistake, real men defend animals and protect the vulnerable. They don't have to overcompensate and prove themselves by being violent. And remember the stages of truth. The first stage is mockery and laughing. The second stage, violent opposition. The third stage, it becomes self-evident.